The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
What's up? What up, Raider Nation? Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy RB Raider Rob, and you now tuning in to Raider Nation Central, where we talk about all things, the things, silver and black. Right now, man, y'all know what time it is, man. It is right now. It's probably we in the Midwest right now. It's 10-10 post draft round one, day one. I got my man with me, Uncle Daddy. What's going on?
Buenos dias and happy National Fernando Mendoza Day.
That's right. That's right, man. Listen, it's all good in the hood for the Raider Nation, man. Yo, shout out to everybody, man. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. If you already a fan of the channel, just hit like, man. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about the draft tonight. But first and foremost, man, let's get this thing cracking, right? So we already know who win number one. Number 15, Indiana, Fernando Mother effing Mendoza, man. So shout out to Fernando and his family. We seen him posted up at home. He's over there hugging everybody. Got everybody's all suited and booted. They casket clean. You know what I'm saying? He
Teary
only
eyed.
he only had one hat. He only had one hat there. It was never
Yeah, that was,
multiple.
hey,
It was we
yeah.
already knew, man. But listen, man. Um just to get a quick backtrack on it. Fernando Mendoza obviously was going to be the number one pick. There were speculations that there was some possible movements up. Didn't happen. He was going number one. Obviously, it's good for the Raiders, right? But also is good for what situation I feel like he's coming into. So Uncle Dave, I'm gonna let you have the floor, man. Tell me what you think about just the number one pick. Here's the thing, guys. We're gonna go over the whole. We're gonna go over majority of the draft. We ain't gonna hold you too long, but listen, we gotta talk about some of these picks that happened. Also, some picks that didn't happen, right? So Uncle Dave, what you think, man? What's the word? What is your overall consensus about? First of all, us getting Mendoza, we've been talking about it. It's finally here.
Um, I'm super excited. You already know that. We've been kind of talking about this the last few weeks on the shows or whatever. Um, I, I'm stoked. I think we got our QB1 for the future, barring anything happens. I mean, I don't want to put injuries out there, nothing like that out there in the universe, but I truly believe we got a QB1 moving forward. I'm super happy about it. And I'm happy for that kid and his family, man, young man, but I'm super pumped to see what he's going to come in and do. I don't think he's going to be a day one starter.
Okay.
He has the ability to be one. However, I think with the new regime out there in Vegas, I think they're going to work him in. So, yeah, I wish he was starting the first damn NFL game, man, but that's not going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. However, I can't wait to day one when he hits that damn field.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this straight up. You right. I think his how I don't wanna overstep in the fact of just saying like what I expect him to. I see a lot of comps, man. I'm right now just kind of checking some of the post draft analysis of what they got, and it's
Have you noticed
crazy.
that? I'm glad you brought that up. I'm sorry to interrupt. Have you noticed his comps changed?
I was just getting ready to go to that, right? His comps are kind of they're not all over the place, but I'm looking at some of the comps that they got for him because just size wise, he's got Josh Allen size, But then I'm looking at some, well, and this is Matt Miller's comp. Shout out to Matt Miller. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe obviously he's somebody that appreciates a good quarterback that has won, has got starts. He gave him a comp of like Joe Burrow, right? And
Damn, I didn't hear
yeah,
that one.
yeah, he gave him a comp like Joe Burrow. So I think that he just feels like, the kid shown that he can fight through adversity, and he can only go up from here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Did
Um,
you hear what Nick Saban said about him?
no, I didn't get to hear that. What did he say?
Nick didn't give him he didn't give him a comp, but he said through all the adversity he's been through in life, he expects that kid to be just a tough player. Because one thing Nick said, he has it up here.
Yeah, and
And that's
see,
something you can't coach. I don't give a piss, man.
yeah, I
That's
agree.
something you can't. That's something you can't coach. We can look at the kid and say, yeah, he meets all the he checks all the boxes when it comes to size and everything.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I
But he
think.
has that toughness up here, man, and going through what he's went through. I didn't know he didn't have a D1
Mm-mm.
offer. Did you know that?
No, he was only 2 star.
That's one.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was only
that's
two
one thing I
star.
didn't know. So, man, hey,
You
we
gotta you
landed.
gotta
Hey,
take it. You gotta take that for what it's worth too. And I think that was something that a lot of scouts and analysts that were kind of notching him and saying he's not a number one pick. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? I think for most people, everyone will say that he wasn't somebody that shouldn't have been drafted, but they just felt like he wasn't worthy of a number one. But when you look at his resume, it's been guys who've done less that went number one and nobody had a problem with it, right?
100%, hundred
So
percent.
I really don't, I'm not gonna tell. I'll take a lot of that with a grain of salt. I think for the most part, a lot of Raider fans are excited right now. They know they
I
have a
bet.
guy that is he's won at the highest level in the collegiate. He's been through adversity, so he's battle tested, right?
100%, 100%.
Not only just through life, but even through the college football playoffs, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
being able to have to go through all that. So man, listen, shout out to M Doe. I don't know if I can call you that. Yeah, we gonna see. We gonna get you another nickname or something. I don't know. We it's been a lot of excited people right now. I can say right now on the Raiders channels and stuff, man. I've been kind of just jumping in some of y'all's lives, man. Shout out to majority of the guys that's really speaking highly of the kids. So that's good love. Everybody else that kind of got their dis they disapprove of it. To me, I don't think they really.
I don't want to do this again. I'm not going to give this too much energy, but I agree with you. Said shout out to everybody's been supporting Fernando. But it's whack to me the people that hasn't been supporting them, and we know we know there's two reasons why they. I'm assuming there's two reasons why they haven't been supporting Fernando. One, I think people have a problem with his religion. Okay. I mean, I don't force religion on nobody. I am what I am, but I don't force that on nobody else. And I think the other thing is he's going to the Raiders.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
If there was a couple other teams he would have went to, oh, it would have been the best freaking pick ever in
yeah.
history.
I think for them, they just feel like he
It's
wasn't
hate. That's
pizzazz. Well, hate, but
it's
then
just hate.
also too they it's not counterproductive. I think that they look at some as like glass half empty, but then it's a weird knock. Like the one of the weirdest knocks I can't really wrap my head around is when people say, "Well, look at the team he had." Well, no shit. Like,
Right.
duh. Yeah, you're supposed to have a good team. Think about
Correct.
if he had a good team and he played like shit. They would say, "Well, man, he look at the team he had and he couldn't do anything. He shouldn't be drafted
Correct.
number one." It's like that's why I said people's opinions about what they like and what they don't like about him is it's your own.
100%.
But I will say this:
100%,
like
man.
you can't come in here with a resume like that and say the kid's not undeniably a top pick. If
Right.
you threw him in the crowd full of maybe six guys, there'll probably be other players that you would say metrics wise, as far as stats and what they did with their, oh man, look, he's fast and all this. Yeah, you might figure there's some other guys that's coming out next year that are better than Mendoza. But as far as I've seen,
Ooh,
well, I
who
mean,
that is?
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is, it's just a analyst will say this guy's got a stronger arm. this guy is faster, but does this guy have what it takes in between the ears? We don't know that.
Correct.
So
Correct.
those these type of thoughts and critiques that you give, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I understand it, but I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
understand when you critique one thing and then you one of the critiques is something good, like he had a good team. Well, no shit, you're supposed to have a good team. But I mean,
Right.
just because you're a good player on a shitty team doesn't mean you're gonna be a great player on a good team. That
Right.
doesn't always
Right.
that always doesn't measure like that. You might
Right.
just
Right.
not fit the system. At the end of the day, obviously, like we talked about the other day in our last episode, Spytek and Kubiak obviously felt, and even Brady obviously felt that he was the guy that they wanted to go after. If he wasn't, they would have traded that pick away. And
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
just my honest assumption of it, right? But
Agreed.
again, man, shout out to M Doe. You with the nation, man. I've already seen he post a little video where he yelled out Raiders. You know I gotta shout
Oh
you
no,
out
he
for
didn't.
that.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he
see that.
did.
I ain't got
Yeah,
a
he
chance. I
went
ain't had a
on
chance to see
ahead,
that yet.
got on the phone, said Raiders. Hey,
No,
that's
he
what it,
didn't. I didn't
yeah,
see
he
that.
did. He
Okay.
already did. If
Okay.
you ain't seen it now, you gonna
Okay.
see it tomorrow. So shout out, man. So we gonna keep moving on, man. Like you said, number one pick is the man with the plan, the man we've been watching, the guy that we felt like was gonna help us lead us back to the Super Bowl playoff contention, the culture that we need for the nation for the
The
next,
commitment
obviously.
to excellence.
Exactly, just winning, baby. That's all it is.
That's
Trying
the
to
win,
get it
baby.
back to what it is, man. So other than that, man, tell me this. You watched the draft, obviously. I did too.
I
I did.
did.
I was able to catch all of it. Um, I kind of want you to touch on who you think. And I mean, you can kind of, if you don't know that many. I mean, I'm kind of look. I did, like I said, I watched the whole draft. Let me just say that I did watch the whole draft. Um, I didn't watch it on ESPN. I was kind of on Bleacher Report, listening to Micah, Malik Neighbors, and them as they kind of went through it, and it was that theirs was pretty good. But tell me who you feel like maybe winners and losers in this. I'll let you go with the winners first, and I'll kind of chime in about it, and then we'll go to the losers. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you think.
Can I start with losers first?
However you want to
Jeremiah loved the damn Arizona.
go. That's a big one, bro. That's one.
And,
Yeah,
and here's the deal, man. Listen, I'm not calling him a loser.
yeah.
That kid can flat out ball. If we go back a year or two ago, whatever, when they called out the Raiders for drafting Brock Bowers and Aston Genty as luxury picks,
Yeah.
that was a luxury pick. And I don't feel that was a fair. Man, sometimes these organizations, man, need to leave these kids alone, these young men alone. There's no way in the hell he should have ended up in no damn Arizona at number 3. Is he gonna ball out down there? He's gonna ball. He would have balled wherever he went. I just hate that he ended up in Arizona.
Mm.
And I know they're trying to do. They brought in a new coach or whatever and everything, but man, I really hope he can turn that around. Uh, One of the winners I did like was Cornell Tate going to Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think that can be really huge for him. Another loser I didn't like was Sonny Styles going to Washington. I kind of didn't understand that.
Oh,
Maybe
really?
it's me. I, I just didn't. Man, the kid can flat out. He can. He's a ball hawk. I mean, he's a off the ball linebacker. Once again, another player that can go anywhere and ball, but I didn't get it. I don't know if they addressed the need there, man. Those are the two biggest ones that really jump out to me.
Now you think Sonny Styles was a loser for the Washington?
No, he's not gonna be a loser no matter where he
No, I'm
goes.
just
But
saying like you feel
Washington
like they
probably needed more.
right. So
Didn't
that's what I'm
Washington need more?
saying. Yeah.
In my opinion, Washington need more offense than they
Yeah,
did
okay. So I mean, you're not saying
defense.
and not saying winners or losers, but just in the sense of we all know these guys are good, but I'm just speaking in terms of you felt like Washington should have went somewhere else instead of grabbing Sonny Styles.
Yes,
Right. So
and actually, New York Jets did something very similar to the Raiders when people were saying luxury picks. They grabbed, I mean, they grabbed Kenyon Sadiq
mhm.
and Cooper.
Mhm.
Who the fuck's throwing them the ball? But I ain't gonna go too far in the woods on that one either. It was some head scratchers in this draft to me. I will say that I did want to see some of these other young men be able to go to a organization where I know they're gonna flat out ball. And I think a couple of them got robbed from that, especially Kenyon Sadiq going to the Jets. That one I didn't understand, bro. I mean, I just really did not understand that one.
Yeah.
So if you can make it make sense to me, I'm down. One I was really super excited for was Lemons going to Philly.
Mm,
I did like that pick. Um, I think Sanders got some help in Cleveland with Casey Concepcion.
okay.
And then another one that I found kind of weird. Shit, I can't find it. I didn't really understand the Chiefs picks either.
Oh, okay. Well, so you talking about as far as them trading up to get the lane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I like him. That was a need. That was a need.
Mhm.
The Peter Woods, the defensive tackle, kind of shocked me a little bit when they grabbed
Out of
him
Clemson, was he out of Clemson? What
out of
school was it?
Clemson. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That that
Yeah.
was kind of a head scratcher. And I'm about to cheat and jump on the internet while you talk. I think it was Dallas did something really weird, or maybe Dallas did okay to me, but yeah, there was a couple of ones, man. I just thought was kind of some head scratchers on what are we doing. I'm gonna tell you a pick that's gonna get a lot of hate, but I think it's gonna come back and be 2 or 3 years down the line. People are gonna give him some praise. Ty Simpson to the damn Rams.
Mhm.
He's gonna work with McVay for a couple of years. And I think that's going to come out to be a good pick. And that was a good fit for them. I think they could have got him probably in the second round, maybe,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. What's your opinion on what I said or
I
what you thought might
mean,
have been squirrely this
I
evening?
do like some of the ones. I will say the head scratcher was um love to the Cardinals. It was just only because I felt like the Cardinals needed more. But again,
Agreed. Agreed.
I feel like too they might feel like Jeremiah Love is a generational talent, right?
I think he is. I do.
And when you kind of get that, because when I go back and look at it, this isn't. And here's the thing, man. A lot of this stuff is not really uncommon when you go to think about it. If
Oh, no.
you go to look at like when people say, "Oh, this guy," they said that when Saquon went where he went, but Saquon was a generational talent. It's like, yo, this is Saquon.
Right.
Bijan Robinson. When Bijan Robinson went to Atlanta, they needed a lot more than just him. He was a top 10 pick. Obviously, Ash and Genty when we picked him up last year. When you get the opportunity to get these guys, you get them right, and they must have felt like they wanted him bad enough to where the opportunity presented itself for them to get him. Now, could they have traded back? Of course. Do they need a lot of other pieces? Yes, they do. And I won't be the first one to sit here and lie to you and tell you that he's going to come out year one and just he's going to play good, but it's just going to be an uphill battle because they're still going through a process. You know what I'm saying? So
Who's the
I
quarterback in
don't know
Arizona?
who it is right now. I want to say I don't think they re-signed Jacoby yet, but I did know he was running the show right now. I don't remember if he's still there or not. If he is, then that's probably who it's going to be, depending on who else is the backup. I can't remember who the backup was,
Okay.
but I will say Um, for the most part, that was like it wasn't really the shocker, but it was like, oh, okay, you guys are gonna go here with that. Cornell Tate was a good winner that I felt like was going to Tennessee. I like Cornell Tate with
Me too.
matching
Me
him
too.
with Ward. I think that was great. Um,
That was needed.
it was very needed. I think because oddly enough, a lot of people, I think me and you even talked about, it, we were like, he's gonna be the first receiver took off the board. He's got a 77% catch rate. So that's
Correct.
really
Correct.
efficient, right? So for the
Correct.
NFL, that's what you want. You want to be in them high 70s catching that peel. So Cornell Tate going there was something I loved. I will Sonny Styles is somebody, I'm gonna be real honest, man. I think for the Commanders, that's much needed for them. I think they could have went more offensive line, but you adding
And maybe
him,
I didn't. And maybe I only say that because I didn't pay attention to their defense last year.
well, they were riddled with injuries, but then also there was some movements in the secondary they need to figure out. But he's so versatile, man. You know,
Oh,
the
100%.
fact the fact that he's going to the Commanders under Dan Quinn bodes well for him.
That's a good point. That's a good
He's
point.
gonna be able to kind of do, and look what division they're in. You gonna want somebody that could be a game wrecker, and you're adding with a linebacking core. I think they still got Bobby Wagner there right now. I think Bobby's still
Yeah,
a
he
Mike, right?
correct. That's correct.
And like I said, Styles being somebody like I don't see him never being his hand in the dirt, but playing off the ball, kind of being that lurker, being able to get in passing lanes, and just somebody that can be a disruptor. I think he's gonna fit well under Dan Quinn, um, as long as he can kind of how it's just the style that they're gonna be able to utilize that he's got, right? Just tall,
Okay.
speed. It's just I don't see him being somebody that's just pressuring the ball at all times. He's got to be able to move around and do his things. Um, I will tell you this: the Chiefs pick, I do like that pick for them, but I don't know if that was really the pick they were going for. I think the Giants snuffed them.
Agreed.
I think the
I agree with that
Giants
100.
snuffed
percent
them. I think the Giants snuffed them with taking Reese, and the reason why is kind of because why did the Giants need Reese? That's what kind of threw me off. Was like, is Reese gonna be somebody that's gonna be putting his hand in the dirt, or are they gonna have him playing off ball? Because as
Well, I think
far
with
as
Harbaugh, a little bit of both.
yeah, I mean, so they're gonna be cycling out Thibodeau and Carter. They just grabbed Thibodeau and Carter both last year, and they went and got Reese.
That's
So
a good point.
I don't know. I don't know if that was just something they decided to maybe keep adding to, but I will say Reese was
I don't think
somebody
they had
that
to
was
trade up. I don't think they had to trade up to get Delane. Do you?
no, but this is what I will say. I bet you Delane was on their board and they knew
Well,
at that
Delane was probably on everybody's board.
well, he was on their board, but I think he was, you know what I mean? Like if they didn't get Reese, Delane was gonna be the next one that they were gonna take.
You might want to fact check me on this. There's only two corners that flew tonight. Him and Chris Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, I done them as far as I can see, because Johnson didn't get picked up. I don't see Johnson. Yeah, I don't think Johnson. Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, he
Johnson
got
did.
he got
He
picked
did.
up
He
by
did.
Miami.
Miami. He did.
By
I'm sorry. He
Miami.
did Miami.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, I must have missed that one. My bad. Um, but yeah, they both. Delane is a good player. LSU,
Oh,
SEC,
he's
obviously.
a dog. He's a
He's
dog.
somebody that they did need. It's not
Yeah.
like they got screwed out of it, but I think getting Reese was somebody they would have wanted, right? Um, who shocked me,
I
and I
honestly thought
will,
they was. I thought they was going offensive line with that first pick.
yeah, I think when we seen what happened with everybody seeing what happened with how the defense got decimated on the back end, yeah, they could have went offensive lineman, but you would have been putting yourself they wanted to go after somebody that's probably obviously a game changer. Um, Now I will say this. Uh,
Because there was like five offensive linemen that went right.
from what I'm looking at, yeah, it might be more than that. It might be six. Um, yeah, it might be six.
It's six. It's six.
Yeah, yeah, it was six of them. Now,
What I'm looking at is, and this, I'm not dogging the Chiefs organization on this. Corner was a need, and he was obviously one of the top corners out there. Um, I probably would have went offensive line with that pick, that first pick, because what I'm looking at in the AFC West, especially, it's going to be some heat coming at the quarterback slick.
yeah, but if you they can manage the offensive line. You have you again. Who you gonna get offensive line at? And be honest, they've been kind of putting that together now. I think for Veach, they needed to try and solidify the defensive side of the ball and plan for the future with that. Because
Okay.
even if you do, you're gonna. I mean, that's just my opinion about it. They could have just went. They could have went offensive line and then figured somebody else in secondary. They could have made a trade. Again, I don't. I'm not 100% sure that that was their first option. I think that guy. I think he. I think Delane fell
But
to
they
him.
traded up to get him. They
No, no, no,
panicked.
no, 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 no. I think they traded up to try and grab Reese.
Hmm.
Mind you, the Giants was right before them.
Okay. Okay.
You know how it go. You trade them like, damn, they took him because you're not. No, somebody could tell you they might have been trying to call the Giants like, hey, who y'all taking? They might like, we don't know yet. They didn't want to tell them unless they was gonna trade with the Giants, right?
Okay. Okay.
So they decided to make that move, but they don't. I would have. I'll tell you this. They wanted probably to make sure that they solidify one of the two players, right? Whether it would have been Reese or Delane. That's just my opinion about it.
So you're thinking they got one or two
Yeah,
of
they
their
got one or
choices?
two they want and within that
Okay.
first nine.
Okay.
And trading
Okay.
up was just something that they was willing to do. I mean, they had a plethora of picks, so giving up what they gave up. I think they gave up not a king's ransom, but they gave up
I think
some.
a first, they swapped the first,
Yeah, they swapped the
a
first.
third, and a fifth.
Yeah, third and the fifth. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, when you want to go get your guys, you'll make the adjustments they could. Now, I want to get to Sadiq real quick. Let me get this out.
Oh, by all means.
Sadiq, I think, was drafted because when you go look at the kid's metrics, man, he runs like a 4.344. If he was 20 pounds lighter, he'd be a freaking wide receiver.
All day.
He's running end arounds. What tight end runs end arounds unless you like Brock Bowers, right?
None.
So
Exactly.
he's somebody that I think he could be a player. He's not going to be playing. Now they did get Mason Taylor. Mason Taylor's a hell of a tight end. But he's not this kid, right? Oregon
Right.
kid, big body. He's got his size is just undeniable for what he can do. Now I will agree with you like that. I feel like they didn't need him, but looking at who's at the helm right now and where they need to go, it's probably best that they did grab somebody of his
So are
stature.
they banking on next year's draft when
I
they
do
took
think
him?
I do think that coming into next year, because you gotta look at it, man. You already got Garrett Wilson, you got Brees Hall in the back, you got two tight end sets. Um,
That's a good mixture.
when you going into next year's draft, and who knows how the team is going to be, you will be able to implant a quarterback there that's going to be able to have some good weapons coming in, because Aaron Glenn's going to have an opportunity to build up his defense and start stacking
Okay.
um
Okay.
um players. So I just
But
think
you could
that,
have seen Sadiq going somewhere else,
yeah,
raising some
definitely.
hell.
Here's the
Okay.
thing. Honestly, when I seen where he went, and I was like, damn, in all realness, I liked him. Like if he had went to like Baltimore, because I mean he went 16th.
Oh,
If
they.
he had
Oh,
went
come
to
on, man.
Baltimore at 14,
Come
I would have
on.
been like, oh, that's
Right.
nasty.
Correct.
Even though I didn't know where he was gonna go. He wasn't on a lot of people's boards in the top
I honestly
20.
didn't think he was gonna get drafted day one.
Yeah, I mean, but you go look at him, and I think, like I said, I feel like he's got the potential, right? And certain
I would have
teams were
loved to
looking
see
at it.
him in either Baltimore or Chicago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baltimore, Chicago. Yeah, Chicago definitely.
Yeah,
Baltimore really more than I say Chicago. I like I
because he
would have liked
lost
him.
likely.
Yeah, yeah, and just it just would have fit more for me with what they do with
What they do, correct.
yeah, with Lamar. Um but all in all, man, he's still he's still gonna be able to do what he can do with the Jets. He's gonna have plenty of opportunities. Um
It's just gonna
somebody
take a little bit longer.
yeah, it's gonna take a little bit longer. Now I will say
Yeah.
somebody that shocked me, and you did bring him up. You was talking about Dallas. Man, Dallas to me grabbing Caleb Downs and then
Yes,
going
sir.
out and getting an edge rusher. I don't want. I'm sorry, bro, if I butcher your name. I know, no. Malachi Lawrence out
Let's
of
just go with Lawrence.
UCF. Out of
Yes,
UCF.
sir.
I remember him in UCF because I seen him. I think I seen him in the K State game. Man, balled out. He is relentless.
Yeah,
And
it is.
Dallas did good with those two picks. Picking up Caleb Downs, man, they hit a home run on that one.
I agree. Agreed.
They hit a home
Agreed.
run on picking up Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs is probably he was on a lot of people's boards as
He's a
like
freakish athlete. He's a
damn near
freakish
top
athlete.
two player, top two or top three
He,
player in the
he's a
draft.
freakish athlete.
Just a monster. I think that Dallas is trending in the right direction as far as what they did and how they are stacking some good talent over there.
Hmm.
I Lawrence being because Lawrence is what he's 6'4", 253.
Yeah,
Like
he's a big boy.
big
He's
dude,
a big
man. He's
boy.
long. He's gonna be able to get physical. He's gonna be able to do a lot, man. So that's somebody that I was looking at like, all right, let's see, let's see, let me see what is really going on here
So let me
with.
ask you this though about Dallas while we on them. Do you think they should have traded George Pickens and maybe picked up a couple of if they could have got a second or third for him and they still
Um,
could have got maybe a David Boston or something? I'm hoping David Boston gets picked up by us tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest with
I will say I don't know. I don't really know if what the what the market was calling for Pickens. I don't know what people were calling about Dallas for about him. He only
you. Okay.
signed a 1 year. He obviously signed the tag, so he's getting
The
27
tag.
M's this year. So
Okay.
it's still up in the air that he could get traded, but I don't see teams wanting to pick up that 27 M's right
Oh
now.
hell no.
They probably could, because he's probably
Or you
gonna
can
want.
restructure.
Yeah, he's probably gonna want 30. You know what I'm saying? At least a year, if he
Okay.
goes somewhere
Okay.
else. It's definitely um something that could be thought about. It's still out there, mind you, but second, third round, yeah, that would be the. It would definitely be plausible for them to be able to
Okay.
make that move with him. But one thing I will say is you brought up Chris Johnson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now let me ask you this: did you think? Because I'm that was one of the ones I was kind of like I don't want to say losers, but they to me had a lot more to try and need than kind of picking him up. What do you think? Do you think that Miami did right, or they were just Chris Johnson wasn't a luxury pick. I just felt like they really need a lot of offensive line help. They lost a lot of pieces, but I will say bringing him to that team is going to be beneficial for him. I just don't know when that will be, because they're missing some. They're going to be playing with obviously Malik Willis, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Malik Willis is a stable not a stable quarterback. I just think you know it's going to be some growing that's going to be happening on that team. But I really thought Chris Johnson, man, was I don't want to say luxury pick, but I will say kind of a luxury pick for them because I felt like they could have built out their offensive line more, maybe got some more pieces. That's what
Agreed.
I felt.
Agreed.
Because
Um,
when I look at real quick before I mean to cut you off, when I look at where he went, right? He went obviously. Damn, I just seen him. He was late pick. Yeah,
20s
Johnson.
win it.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, 27. I'm sorry. Yeah, he went
Yeah.
27. But then that which was the offensive guard out of Georgia Tech. Uh, Keelan Rutledge.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I felt like he was a good pick, and then right after that, the kid out of Utah did. I now Caleb,
Oh, big boy,
yeah, Caleb. I
big
was
boy.
really thinking like, man, that was a good pickup for New England, and it just threw me.
I think that's when Nick Saban said he likes the wide asses and the wide shoulders or something like that. He made a funny
Yeah,
comment, but it was a
yeah,
typical Nick.
good,
It was a
good,
typical Nick Saban.
hell of a player, man. And I just remember there was a lot of talk about him and just stature wise and size and how they felt like he was gonna go first round. I just heard that earlier today.
Yeah, yeah.
So Miami not picking up more offensive linemen, and then again maybe it was just wasn't the
But
guys that they
Miami's
wanted.
just all over the damn board.
Yeah, they were. That was a. I don't think Chris Johnson's a bad player. I just thought that they could have went
That
with
was a
another
bad pick for
lineman.
them.
I just think where they're at as far as like personnel on the offensive side. I just feel like, man, it'd be so much better if they got to build an offensive line around Malik Willis, man, and just kind of
Agreed.
keep going there.
Agreed.
Now, one surprise pick, man, I ain't
Who
gonna
you got?
lie. Caleb
Who you
Banks,
got?
man, number 18 to Minnesota. We talked about Caleb Banks the other day. Number 18 to Minnesota. That I was shocked about that. I was very more shocked because I didn't think Caleb Banks would even go in the top 20. When I kind of looked at it, I felt like if he was in the first round, he would have went later in the rounds. I feel like it was somebody that's not he's necessarily not like really a project guy, but he's a little rough around the edges, but he's gonna be somebody that's gonna be good. Um,
I felt that was kind of stealing.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
What
thought it.
direction? What direction did you think they were going in when they were picking?
So to be honest, I thought they were gonna go because I know they already. I thought they were gonna go defensive line or defense. I didn't
Okay.
necessarily know who, but when I seen where he went, I was like, okay. But because in this draft, it wasn't a lot of defensive tackles that went in the first round. Um, I think out of the first 32, I think he was probably the first D tackle took. Yeah, he was the first D tackle took. And
Correct. That's correct.
I
Yeah.
didn't really know if he was the first. Like I didn't hear nobody say that he was number one on their boards at D tackle, which you know how it is with D tackles, man. A lot of times, you can coach up a good defensive tackle, but I don't know. Maybe it's just my feeling about it. I didn't think that he was somebody that was
I
worthy of
think it was
that
the injury that
18.
scares because Big
Yeah,
Boy
he
had
did.
a little
He did.
foot.
Yeah, he did have an
He had a
injury. Yeah,
blown tire, if I
yeah,
recall right.
yeah, he did. So I don't know. When I seen that, I was like, all right, Minnesota. That was one. Now I'm gonna tell you what else is a surprise to me.
Which one's that?
Man, where you go? Um, no, that we talked about Ty Simpson, right?
Yeah,
No,
we got
you
that. We
you
got
brought
that
up Ty
correct.
Simpson.
Yeah, yeah,
Ty Simpson was somebody that I was like, damn, he got himself in a good situation.
yeah. He went to perfect. You're correct.
What
Went
did
to perfect
surprise
place.
me, man? This did surprise me. I know we kind of talked about. That's why I wanted to go back and bring this up because I forgot about it just earlier. Omar Cooper, man, to the effing Jets. I said,
That man, that pissed me off.
and
Luxury
here's the thing,
pick.
it's a luxury pick, right? But like we just said, hey man, if they go into next year's draft and be able to pull one of them quarterbacks and they pan out, bro. I was like, effing Jets, man. Why would you? Because here's the thing: we picked 36 tomorrow. We
Correct.
got the 36 pick. I was just like, if Omar makes it out of this first round, we're getting, we're getting him. We are getting him.
Well, you know, I actually want Boston more than I did
No, no,
Cooper.
no. Here's the thing
I
is,
know
I
you. I know
want,
you. I know
I
you're high on
want,
Cooper.
I want, I want Cooper. I'll take Cooper, Surratt, Boston, or but actually I can't remember the other player. Well, the other receiver I told you, Williams.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You. I remember you saying him. Yeah.
I think I like Cooper. Listen, I didn't think Cooper would be able to fall. I just when I seen him kind of dropping, I was like, shoot, man. I'm thinking he might be able to fall to us because I know if he's there, they're going to pick him up. At least that's what I'm assuming the Raiders would do.
I do like Boston a little bit more.
Okay.
Um, if they got to pull off a trade to get him, I think they will do that tomorrow. And if they
Boston,
don't, that tells.
Boston. Here's the thing: Boston's still on the board right now, and I feel like Boston is gonna go in day two. That's just my
Definitely,
overall feeling. I feel
definitely,
like Boston's gonna go in day two, man. He's not gonna be
definitely.
somebody that's gonna sit around like to day three. If he did, then there's something around. The Seahawks really, man, picking up that running back out of Notre Dame,
I thought
Price.
that was kind of weird.
I was wondering about so it threw me off when I seen it. I was like, well, I knew when we was gonna do this, and I was like, I'm gonna ask Jerry about this. Like, what the helly?
That kind of reminds me of that whole and help me out, Sonny Michelle. That year, Sonny Michelle got drafted with who was the other running back?
Well,
Shit,
he's with
I
the
just
no,
lost it.
well in the Patriots. He was him and
Sonny Michelle went to the Patriots, but it was another back ahead of him, went somewhere else. That kind of gives me that feel. Like
yeah. I
I
did.
thought it was
Yeah,
kind of
I
weird.
was really thrown off by that pick by the Seahawks, but I get it. They just probably adding some depth, but
I probably would have went with homeboy out of Nebraska or Arkansas
so
if
that's
I'd have
what
did
so
that.
that's what I was thinking. But then, like I said, I think those guys are going to go. If they do go, they're going to be either day. They're going. A lot of them guys going to be day two, day three guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
already kind of put up in there. I just looking at that, I was really thrown off by that. But Caleb Banks was my surprise. That was the one
Okay.
really surprised. Who else was a surprise too? And I feel like Tampa Bay made out was Ruben Bain falling the way he
Yeah,
did.
that was at the spot they picked him in. I thought that was a good deal
That
for
was a
him.
good that
That was a steal.
Tampa Bay got a steal on that one,
That's correct.
and I'm
That's
pretty
correct.
sure that Bowles and them guys out there is just licking their chops like yo he failed us
And
because
That's the Bowles pick to me,
it
right?
is.
I mean, would you
I
agree?
feel like yeah that's somebody that he wanted. Hey man, they really did definitely uh pick the right guy for them. Now I know they've had some departures on the defensive side and also on the offensive side, but they were already planning for that transition. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. Agreed.
So they really did a thing with that. I will say this: if I have to go back and redraft, and he's there again, you take him 10 times out of 10. So Bain was a good pick. That was really surprising to where he fell though, but some like I said, some people value the
Because
other.
I kind of thought they was gonna go receiver, being that they lost Mike Evans
Yeah.
to San Fran.
Um. No, I kind of thought that as well, but I knew they had some other weapons still there. Because mind you, they did go out and draft some guys last year, um,
Okay.
but none that were going to be able to be able to do what Mike Evans did. I'll say, um, but Makai Lemon to the Eagles too, man. You have brought him up. I'm kind of touching base with the guy. Hell of a pick, hell of a pick. I think that he's somebody that they need. Um, because
And can play special
he
teams.
can play special teams, but he can work the middle of the field. Put him in the slot. It's really good. I don't know
So what
long
do you
term.
think if they don't get rid of AJ Brown? If they
He'll
keep
work. He
him,
works. He still works.
oh man, that's gonna be crazy. AJ Brown, Devontae, and he and Lemons.
Because everybody keeps saying that they know AJ. It's not a guarantee AJ is up out of there, man.
Hell no.
It's no
Hell
guarantee of
no.
that, and it's nothing that really show a bunch of signs that he's out there. I think a lot of the murmurs that's going It could be some smoke that's going to start picking up. But if it does, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you don't trade AJ sometime tomorrow, like beginning of the draft, AJ's not. You ain't giving up
Yeah,
AJ for nothing
he's gonna
after.
be on the roster. He's gonna be
Yeah,
on the
he's
roster.
definitely gonna be on the
Yeah.
roster. Now, after this year, who knows? You know what I'm saying? So, because they got some other guys that's gonna fill in, and they might want to change their offensive scheme up a little bit to be more run heavy. You know, more
As
focus
they
on the
should.
run game. Yeah, to be able
As
to
they
do that.
should.
But let's put it like this though. Pivot real quick, Uncle Day. Now we know who we like day one. And since the nation and already got our quarterback at one,
Oh shit.
who you want to see day two, right? Let's and not necessary players. You can just go position. What would you want to see the Raiders do day two? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's some key places that you want them to kind of fill out? Now you know we have our quarterback of the future, and what you already know they have accumulated from the off season leading up to the draft.
So let me say one thing before I start calling off offensive players. I don't know what we have in certain receivers because we didn't utilize them the correct way last year.
Right.
Meaning your Becks and of the world. Um, if they got David Boston tomorrow, I'm gonna be a happy camper.
Okay.
But there's a sleeper pick out there I want, and I need to Google this kid's name. I don't want to beat up nobody's name or position. I like Zion out of Mizzou.
He's a wide receiver, ain't he?
No. Plays defense. I think he's one of them kids that them cats that you can put at the DT or the end.
Uh, Let me look.
But
Oh,
he's somebody kind
Zion
of got.
Young. What? I'm tripping.
Thank you,
Zion Young. Zion Young.
thank
Okay.
you, thank
Yeah,
you.
you said Zion. I mean, you said Zion. Yeah, I couldn't remember his last name. Yeah,
I
six
kind of
five,
like
six
him.
five, 262 out of Atlanta. Yeah. I remember him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now
I want to see us steal.
he
I
could
want
be
to
a
see
day
us
two
steal
guy.
some players like that and get them in there that can come in and start doing what they do.
Yeah, Zion probably will. I don't know where he's projected right now. It doesn't give me
I
a
will go
full
wide
projection.
receiver tomorrow. I really will go wide receiver tomorrow.
Okay,
But
so
if
you
I
will
can
take
get
a wide
him,
receiver, but let me. What about offensive line? You think offensive? Because I think we get
yeah,
rounds
we got
two
to
and three
start
tomorrow.
building. We got to start building that up
Okay, we get rounds two and three, I
for the
believe tomorrow.
present and future. You got to
Okay,
start building that up. Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So yeah, I that's why I was asking. Like, okay, so you would go wide receiver, and then it would either be you want Boston. Um,
I do.
now, mind you, are you talking about Boston obviously with the 36 pick, or are you talking about deeper than that? Like, or are you talking about
You
the
probably got to
70?
grab him with that 30. You probably going to grab him with that 36.
I because I was gonna say I'm
Don't you
pulling up.
think?
Yeah, you might have to. I don't know who's all really ahead of him.
What's your next move?
So with the 36, actually, because they got the 36, 67, and then that's when they rally off the one, two, three picks in the fourth round. Um,
Okay.
I'll be honest, I want to see them go probably offensive line. Um,
Over receiver.
yeah,
Okay.
because I think there's once you get to a certain. Now, I will say this: it depends on what happens, because mind you, they're sitting at the 36 pick, so they get an early pick tomorrow when the
Correct.
draft resumes, right? So if Boston's there, I will say I would go Boston, and then with the 67 pick in the third round, you could probably pick up another offensive. Because one thing I want
Now let
the
me say
Raiders.
this: if Boston's not available, then I can start working on
Yeah,
offensive line.
I agree. That's what I was going to say, but I don't know if Boston's going to get picked up in the next four picks, or basically three picks, because we'll have a fourth pick.
Who's ahead in that
I don't know.
three?
I just know we got the 36 pick. I just saying
Okay.
because there are already 32 teams. There's only three teams picking ahead of us. So unless
Right.
Boston's going in within them 3 picks, you're right. They could go and get him. Um, but I do like some other guys in the draft that I feel like they can go and get because I agree with you. There's a lot of receivers that they ended up drafting that they're trying to find out if they got something there. And there's no sense of bringing in too many people in that wide receiver room without
And
knowing
I
what you
don't
already
have
got.
my notes with me. I have my notes. They're probably upstairs. There's a few defensive players I did like or whatnot that if
Now,
Boston's not available.
the offensive tackle that me and you talked about, I will. I don't know where he's going, but him, that's the one I like. Uh,
Okay.
what's his name? Let me tell you his name, cause we talked about him the other day, and I wanted to make sure I got his name right. See, and that was the other thing too, is that the I feel like the Raiders were kind of making sure, seeing how everything fell for them. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying? If that makes sense. Just so that they can kind of orchestrate how they need to day two.
Right.
Spy Tech and them guys um, are really trying to see who's going to be there at that 36 pick. I don't really know who they even got on their board yet. Um, but I do know from the guys that they brought in that we know came in for visits, they still a few of them that's still there. Uh, let me see here. Hang and one of the guys, I cannot remember his name. It's driving me nuts. Uh, I know Zachariah Branch. I think was one of them.
Okay. I remember that name. Yeah.
Now I think that I cannot remember the offensive tackle's name. If I remember, I'll pop it up on here. But Caden, I think is it Caden McDonald? Caden McDonald was somebody else that I was looking at too, and I feel like I
Where's he out
told
of?
um Ohio State, but I think hold
Yeah,
on,
yeah. Okay.
yeah, I think that he was somebody that could go. I don't know if he's gonna go day two, but remember I told you, man, I wanted the Raiders to be able to pick up somebody that's gonna be able to mix in with what they already got. They still got an
Okay.
opportunity. They could go defense tomorrow. I will say this: if
So do you prefer more offensive help or
I
defensive
want
help?
them to go, I really
Tomorrow.
want them to go get another offensive uh, lineman, and then
Lineman.
from
Okay.
there,
Okay.
because
Okay.
again, we don't know what we got in our receivers yet under Kubiak, because we didn't really get to see. We saw Thornton playing, but Thornton wasn't getting no looks with the offensive coordinator and stuff like that. We didn't really know if they were using him how they need to. And two, who to say, because he was playing the outside. I feel like, man, get him in the inside, see how he worked. But
So to give him a pass, no pun intended, is that a Carroll issue or is that
yeah,
something?
definitely could have been a Carroll issue.
That's what
Yeah,
I was kind of thinking.
Carroll and
Yeah. His
you remember?
son, Brendan Carroll, or
No, no,
whatever.
no, no, the other one. Well, offensive line, yeah. But I'm talking about
Yeah.
coordinating was Chip's issue. You
Correct.
know. But we don't Beck being there because, like I said, man, I told you last year I was really shocked at why Beck was playing special teams, and I just want to see what they got there now. Surratt
So that's actually what I'm kind of saying. Was that a coaching issue or is that
could be, you know what I mean?
do
I
we have
think
a
I think it could have been a coaching issue. I think that's the reason why we see him still on the team, um, and not
agreed?
gone.
Agreed.
You know, there's not a lot of tape on him, so they probably wanted to see like, hey, look, see what this guy's got. They, if you notice, the only people they brought in was Shaheed. they feel like with Shaheed, man, they got something there with him and what they can use, how they can utilize him
Yeah,
and
yeah.
do what needs to be done. So being able, with that being said, if Boston isn't there with by the time we pick at 36, I would go offensive lineman, and then third round, depending on who's there, I would go defensive lineman. Now that's
So what
only
happens? What happens if Boston's there and they pass on them? Does that tell you they got a little bit more stock
yeah,
built in what we have?
that's telling me at this point now that they're gonna roll with what they
What
got.
we have?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Okay.
if they pick up a wide receiver with the second pick, I would not be. I mean, the second round pick, I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally wouldn't be shocked. What I would
Okay.
be is more at the point of like, okay, I see where you're going with this. Now, when are we gonna start adding some defensive pieces? Because again, too, I feel like they still gonna want to add a running back in this draft as well. I don't know when.
Maybe later.
Yeah, but here's the
Later.
thing. I don't want to. Don't go get no. I mean, I don't want to say don't go get a seventh round guy. It's somebody that you feel like could make the team. Because then you're just wasting the pick. I think your seventh round guys are gonna be guys which because they have um like I said they got three fourth rounders. Was it three fourth rounders?
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They got three fourth round picks. But then you're looking at some of these other guys, man, and it's like there's gonna be some value guys in the draft. I'll say that.
All day. All
Um,
day.
one thing I will say too is that I hope that they are looking at heavily to make sure that the wide receiver, because I feel like if they get Boston, they're gonna get a guy that's gonna be he just to me Boston, because when you said his name the other day, I was like, man, Boston, it was something about him. I was like, he got that Raider feel to me. Like he feel
All
like he
day.
should be a Raider. He do. He feel
All
like he
day.
should be a Raider. I keep saying Surratt's name from Indiana because I just know he's got a good rapport with Mendoza, right?
Okay.
And Cooper's already gone. Even if they went and got Black, right, out of Indiana, from what it's looking like, I don't know if he Black might go day two, but he could be a day three, could be. But I
Okay.
think they're gonna go get some. They're gonna try and get another rookie in there to kind of mix well with Genty. But I'm like you, man. I want Boston if he's there. If they decide to pass him up, you're right. I think it is somebody that's just gonna be in that offense they feel like they can roll with. But
That we didn't
it's not gonna hurt.
suspect.
Yeah. Or it could be somewhere if Boston falls. He could go in third round. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Ooh, no,
Yeah,
I don't either.
I
Nah.
don't think Boston. I mean, because right now, looking at the draft, bro, there was only because you got Tate went first. Then after that, you
Right.
got Tyson. Then you had Lemon. Then you had Concepcion,
Concepcion went
and
because he went
then
to
you
New
got
Orleans, right?
Cooper, right?
Yeah.
So after that, there is a little bit of a gap, like a little bit of a drop off, just a little bit. And but
Agreed.
Boston's as far as that drop off, Boston's right there. So that's why we was
So you
talking
got to
about.
grab him quick
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you might have to, like I said, because
Yeah.
you might not get him in the third round. It depends on how
Oh,
teams get
he's
ready
not
to
going
fill it out.
third. He's not going
I
third.
mean, I
Oh,
don't
I
see
doubt.
it
I doubt.
because stranger things have happened. Because like I said, Bane
Agreed.
falling out of the top 10 was kind of crazy. I didn't expect that, but it happened, and you just kind of got to like roll with the punches right there with him. But I will say this for the most part, man. Um, I'm cool with them taking a wide receiver. If they don't and they take an offensive line, I'm cool with that. I would like to see them pick up another defensive lineman in this draft.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
Hell
feel
yeah.
like linebackers, they want to try to make sure even the guys they do have there now that they have put draft capital in, or some of them guys are still there. They're gonna roll with that. Um, but all in all, they're gonna get some defensive players on that side of the ball. I think they're gonna give Rob Leonard a couple more toys to kind of build with, because if they're gonna be playing this hybrid style defense where it's gonna be a mixture of 3-4,
Or you
yeah,
saying
he's
more
m-
rotational guys?
more rotational guys, yeah, pieces that's gonna come in. Especially, I know right now they've invested in uh a defensive tackle, but I know that with them having Butler, they want to add somebody else. And
More
yeah,
depth,
and
definitely.
McDonald at Ohio State is somebody I did like, but it depends on if they're gonna want to go that route with him. Um,
Okay.
but I do like the fact that they're gonna be able to get some good pieces. On the offensive side, I'm anticipating that. You
Well,
know,
one thing I did like they didn't do was panic and jump back in the first.
Yeah, see, and you know what? I was really wondering if they would, because I knew they was sitting at the
I
36th pick. I was
thought they
like,
would.
man, they might just say screw it. And if it was somebody, I feel like if it was somebody they really wanted, they might have jumped in. But I think they're kind of sitting back, waiting to see what's gonna
They
fall to
showed
them.
that patience. They showed
Now,
that
here's the
patience.
thing. I will say this: don't be shocked if they could make a move to jump back in the third, another pick back in the third.
Now I can see that too. I can see
I
that
could
moving
definitely
forward.
see
But
that
yeah,
depending on who was there for them to be able to pick up. Because man, when I thought the same thing you thought, I was like, man, they could really probably jump. I said, if I look up and the Raiders jump back into this daggone third round, I mean first round, I'm be like, all right, who they going to go get? Because at the time, I'm like, when Cooper went 30th, I was like, because I really
yeah. I got
thought
a little nervous.
I
I
was
got a little
like, man, is
nervous.
this dude gonna make day two? And
Yeah,
if he does, I feel like that's nothing. Because that's I would say that if the Raiders were probably looking at him, it'd probably been a tough decision for them. Like, man, we could get him right here,
yeah.
but they didn't. They kind of stayed poised where they were at, and like you said, they didn't panic and decide to like change it up. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right, right,
this is
right, right.
definitely a good. This was a this draft overall, man. And looking at some of the players and where guys fell, I feel like guys got good opportunity to get some pieces that they needed for their teams. We and I both
Well, I
know
think day two. I think day two is going to be better.
day two is gonna be a lot better because that's really going to have people thinking like, what the hell? Because mind you, it was reported there was gonna be a few trades in this draft, and there was.
And there was a bunch. Yeah,
There
yeah,
was some
yeah.
trades in this draft, brother.
There was. That's right.
And
That's
the
right.
the trades that happened was kind of like, oh, okay, this where we at. You know what I'm saying? Um, I did like it. I did like a lot of the stuff that was done. I think that for the most part, you know, everything was expected as far as like who people thought the top picks were that were gonna get drafted. All of them got drafted.
Agreed.
There was
Agreed.
some surprises. There was some definite surprises that we we look at them like scratching our heads, but that's what the NFL draft is. Sometimes you go take somebody that you like, I don't know who this
Absolutely.
guy.
That's what it does. That's
Yeah,
what it does.
I think that for the most part, man, it was all good. Day two is gonna be hella interesting. I think that we
I
gonna
think tomorrow's gonna be fun.
tomorrow is gonna be very interesting, man. I want to make sure that we definitely let the people know like where we stand on it for day two. So
All day.
you already
All
said
day.
you cool with going with Boston. I am too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would like to see if I can remember this tackle. Now I try to look his name up.
Well,
Now
he's
I
gonna be
cannot
the
remember
best.
his name.
He's gonna be the best receiver on the board
He
tomorrow,
got to
right?
be. At least for me, he's got to
Agreed.
be the next one
Yeah, yeah.
probably off the board.
Right.
Because the top five that they expected, those guys are all gone. So
Correct.
Boston
Correct.
was still one of them other guys that was still out there
So
that
everybody's
people
gonna be
still look.
fighting for his ass
I
tomorrow.
think so too. So I mean, if the Raiders don't take him at 36, they didn't never plan on really bringing him onto the nation.
Right.
Which
Right. And I'll be shocked. I'll be
I'll
shocked.
be a little shocked, but I would understand if they just felt like we'll pass on that. They might not need it right now, so it is what it is. But listen,
Right. Right.
man, that's us for the day, man. We gave y'all some good content on this one, bro. Listen, we was too super excited to bring this video y'all post. Soon as the draft was done, me and Uncle Daddy got on the line. Want to holler at our nation, man. Uncle Dad, you got anything else to
Absolutely.
tell these Raider Nation fans before we get the hell up out of here?
Salute.
Salute, man. Listen, man, it's your
That's
boy
it.
ROB Raider Rob, Uncle Daddy. This is Raider Nation Central Draft Special Post Draft. Listen, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications. We drop videos every week. We
Hit
definitely
all
gonna
them
do. We
buttons.
definitely. We You know what? Who knows, man? We might just do another one tomorrow for y'all. Post draft was 2 rounds, 2 and 3. We having so much fun. It's Fernando Day, baby. You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? That's what I said. Muy bien. All right? I don't even know what that means, but the que sera,
Me
sera.
either. Muy
However else you going to
calientos.
say it. But listen, everybody right now, show your love, man. Smash the like, man. Give us a comment. Subscribe. Tell us who you glad that if it tell us how you feel about Fernando getting picked up, who you want to see drafted in day 2. All right.
All day. All
Without
day.
further ado, man, I'm your boy again, Raider Rob, Uncle Daddy, Raider Nation Central. We out. See you when we see you.